Hello, Education 406. This video is going to be a brief video just to review the contents of the syllabus for this course. If you navigate over to the left-hand side and you click on the Syllabus tab, it should take you right to the screen where you'll be able to open a link in a new tab to look through the syllabus. So I want us to just take a few minutes to go through this syllabus so that hopefully the big ideas for this course are easy for you to understand and the connections are easier for you to make week by week. So here is the information, general information about the course, my contact information. I know this is an online-based course, but if you should need to speak with me and make an appointment, even if you need to schedule like a conference call or come into my office, either one, you can use this link right here. It will allow you to schedule directly onto my calendar. So that way I'm intentional about that time and honoring that time for you. Otherwise, I wear many hats, and so it's easy for me to get pulled into meetings. And if I know that I have a meeting with you scheduled, I can honor that. So the rest of this, I'm not going to read all of it because some of it is pretty general information that you've probably already read. So this is going to be our course textbook. It's the only one that's going to be required. So please make sure that you have this because this is kind of the guiding force for our text or for our course. Any other materials, articles, or anything I'll provide to you, so you won't need to purchase anything else other than that textbook. So here are our learning outcomes for this course. We're going to be talking about major components of reading and how they're integrated into fluent reading. We're going to be planning for instruction in reading and implementation of appropriate reading comprehension strategies. So there are specific strategies and tools that we will use for reading comprehension instruction, and we'll talk about those as we work through the semester. Also, to demonstrate knowledge of effective practices, approaches, methods, and curriculum materials. Also demonstrated knowledge of a variety of assessment tools, so it's tricky sometimes to assess reading comprehension. And so we'll have some effective tools and resources for you to put into your toolbox so that you're able to assess reading comprehension in your classroom. Demonstrate knowledge of how to choose diverse and appropriate text, and then also engage in real-world learning experiences to apply what we're going to be talking about in the classroom, and attend 85% of our meetings. This information over here is how I'm going to assess these learning outcomes. This is just your general big picture view. As we move down into the syllabus, it'll get more specific and we'll break it down by week. So attendance policy is here. You can check that. I will measure attendance in this class through your logins and your weekly discussion boards. So you get points for your discussion boards, and here is how that works. So please make sure that you're completing those discussion boards as intended. All of this other information I'm going to let you read on your own. Please make sure that you read the expectations as well as the university supports that are available and expectations that are there for all students on campus. I also have included our in-task standards, which are the standards that we work towards for pre-service teachers. So those are standards that by the end of our program we're wanting you to meet. So here is the breakdown week by week of how we're going to tackle our course learning outcomes. So I've taken each week, here's a course learning outcome that was up top in that first table, and where applicable, I've added weekly learning outcomes that will kind of feed into that course learning outcome. So we'll have between 3 and 4, sometimes 5 outcomes for the week, but they will all always connect back to the course learning outcome, which is like that big picture. So we will measure each outcome in a variety of ways. So one outcome could be assessed in multiple different ways, or one assessment could, assess multiple learning outcomes is how you could look at it. So an outcome and or an assessment or reading or task could account for multiple learning outcomes. So you'll see here each week what you're responsible for. I'm not going to take time to dig into that now because I will do that each week as I post a video for the week. but you'll be able to see ahead what our outcomes are and what your tasks are for that week. But overall, you'll see that here is your breakdown of your grades. So we will work on your interactive notebook each week. I will have specific things that I need for you to complete for your interactive notebook. That was already presented to you in week 1, and I do have those shared with me. And so as you update those, you don't need to reshare or resend anything. It will show me what is there. So this will just show you how many points are going to be possible through that interactive notebook each week. You're also going to have a reading lesson observation and reflection, a reciprocal teaching reflection, close reading reflection, and those are 2 types of reading comprehension instructional strategies, a learning segment plan, and then your do nows, which are like your discussion boards, and then your attendance, which is mentioned here. So we'll have a total of 520 points for our term. I do want to make sure these 3, or these 2 in particular points, are very much understood. So the first one is that late assignments are always accepted, but is deducted 2 points per day past due. So the way that I'm going to handle this semester is the first 4 weeks of work is going to be due on Sunday at 11:59 of the end of the 4th week. And then weeks 5 through 8 are going to be due that Sunday 11:59 that Sunday in the 8th week. So we'll have kind of everything due at midterm and everything due at final. That way we have some time and some flexibility since we got things off at a kind of a weird start with the way the course was rolled out. So please make sure that those things are due at those times, and I'll put that information there in your announcements. Also make sure that for things that are submitted to Blackboard through Turnitin, specifically like your reflections, your learning segment plan, things like that, please make sure that you completely submit and check for your confirmation. So I've had several students who have clicked submit, but I guess there's the confirmation button also. So it's kind of like a 2-step process to submit a task. So please make sure that you completely submit your task before you exit out of your screen, because if you click the first button but you forget to click the second and then it doesn't show that you submit it, so then you end up having to turn it in late. Even if you are ready to turn it in on that due date, it will be considered late and you'll start losing points off if you don't completely submit that item. If needed, we can adjust the schedule in the syllabus if we need to, and that's kind of how we started this first couple weeks, but hopefully we'll be on a roll now and we'll kind of stick to what the plan is in here. So this is everything that we're going to be working on this semester, and as I said, each week we'll dig into the part of the syllabus that applies to what you're going to be working on that week. So I won't take any more time to go through it now, but I will touch base on that each week as I post this video. If you have any questions, please always feel free to reach out, send me an email, or give me a call. Thank you.